So the next which we're going to see is financial reporting in United States. We all know United States not following IFRS, it's following GAAP, generally accepted accounting principles. So before going, we have to know the profile of United States financial reporting. So GAAP is the accounting standard adopted by the US, while SEC, Securities Exchange Commission, previously stated that it intends to move from US GAAP to the International Financial Reporting IFRS. The latter differ considerably from GAAP and progress has been slow and uncertain. So more recently, the SEC has acknowledged that there is no longer a push to move more US companies to IFRS. So the two sets of standards will continue to coexist. Okay, continue to so US companies to IFRS. So the two sets of standards will continue to coexist for the foreseeable future. The Financial Accounting Standards Board published US GAAP in extensible business reporting language beginning in 2008. Next, the characteristics of financial reporting in United States. The first one, it is useful and present to potential investors, one who able to investors and creditors and other users in making investment, credit, other financial decisions. In this second characteristics, it is to present potential investors. It helpful to present the potential because they have to find the useful to present the potential. Second one, helpful to present the potential investors. Next, helpful for making financial decisions and helpful in making long-term decisions. And the next, helpful in improving the performance of the business. Last one, it is useful in maintaining records. Okay, so now we're going to see relevant jurisdiction authority. I already given the PDF of individual countries in a IFRS statements. Please go through. In this third one, relevant jurisdiction authority. It is the first we have to see organization. What type of organization? So the staff of the US Securities and Exchange Commission. These are the organization. The role, what the role they are playing means SEC Commission is the principal federal agency that is responsible for administrating the federal securities law. Okay, since its formation 1973, the Financial Accounting Standards Board has established financial accounting for the preparation of financial reports and non-government entities. So the SEC, Securities Exchange Commission, recognize the financial accounting and reporting standards of the FASB is generally accepted, means GAAP, for the purpose of federal securities law. So as a result, the registrars are required to comply with those standards in preparing the financial statements filed with the commission unless the commission directs otherwise. The next one, commitment to global financial reporting standards. How they are commitmenting? Okay, the first, has the jurisdiction made a public commitment? Yes, it is made a public commitment of moving towards a single of high quality global accounting standards. It will moving single of high quality global accounting standards. So it means the 2010 February 24, it is a commission statement in support of convergence and global accounting standards they maintained. They stated, in addition of commission is a strong commitment to a single set of global standards. It is a single set. So IFRS recognized is the best positioned able to serve role as a set of standards of US markets. In US market, it is a main role conduct. The next one in United States financial reporting is extent of IFRS application. Extent means these are some questions following. The first one is all or some domestic companies whose securities trade in a public market either required permitted to use IFRS standards. Public market not required to use the standards? So it is no. If yes means IFRS required or permitted. If it is required, if it is yes, the IFRS required and also permitted. In the public markets either, it is not required. Okay. Then does the apply to? So does the apply to all domestic companies hold security in the public market? Only some, if some, which ones means not applicable. We have to go through one by one, which I have given the countries. Next one, IFRS endorsement, which means which IFRS standards are required or permitted for domestic companies means it is not applicable. Domestic companies also it is not applicable. These are the questions following. Please go through that. Then translation of IFRS standards. It is mainly translation. So are IFRS standard translated into a local language? Not applicable because English is the local language. Yes. If they are translated, what is the translation process? There is no translation, not applicable. In a local language, no, it is not applicable because it is an English language. It is a local language in US. So next, the application of the IFRS of SME standards. So has the jurisdiction adopted IFRS standard for at least some SMEs? Not applicable. There is no jurisdiction adopted in IFRS for some standard for at least. Next, which we're going to see is financial reporting in United Kingdom. Under this, first one, meaning, means a profile. So financial reporting profile in United Kingdom is, these are the financial statements intended to give a true and fair value. So it will give a true and fair value in Ireland and UK, are subject to both the financial reporting standards of the applicable financial reporting framework and the accounting requirements of company law in the respective jurisdiction. The main financial reporting framework in use and the UK or IFRS. Mainly they are using IFRS. In US they are using GAAP, generally accepted accounting principles. Okay. In UK and Ireland, Irish. Okay. They are using IFRS. So this is issued by the International Accounting Standards Board, which means IASB. Issued by the Financial Reporting Council, means FRC in the UK. So for more information financial reporting, this is the profile of United Kingdom. By this, the United Kingdom was a member of European Union from 1973 Jan, okay, to 31st 2020 this January 2020. Under the withdrawal agreement enacted by the European Union, there is an implementation period. So in this period, the IP completion date, which is currently defined as 31st December 2020, 11 p.m. UK time, the reporting continues to be object to the EU legislative, means Europe legislative framework until the IP completion day. The next we're going to see is characteristics, means it is included in IFAD GAAP. It is included in GAAP too. So GAAP, it is included in a GAAP, sorry. And the next one, National Professional Organization website. This is the National Professional Organization website. Then the ICAEU, means the Institute of Chartered Accounts in England and Wales. So for the both they are maintaining the IFRS in UK. The Chartered Institute of Management Accounting, means CIMA, Chartered Institute of Management Accounting, and ACCA, means Association of Chartered Certified Accountants. So then the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Scotland and Standard Settler website, the Financial Reporting Council, FRC. Okay, the response to IFAC. IFAC member body survey on standard setting regulations. The next one we're going to see is relevant jurisdiction authority. What is relevant jurisdiction authority? The same thing which we have already seen in USA. So there is an organization of Financial Reporting Council. Under this relevant jurisdictional authority means it is a Financial Reporting Council. So the role of the organization is it is empowered by a law to set a UK accounting standards. The accounting standards set by the FRC means Financial Reporting Council are also applicable in the Republic of Ireland. So the FRC is committed to work with the European financial reporting to promote high quality standards and the implementation of IFRS standard in Europe. So this is the relevant jurisdiction. Under this next thing, commitment to global financial reporting standards, which means has the jurisdiction made a public commitment? Yes, it is made a public commitment. So what is the status of the adoption of the UK? So the UK has already adopted IFRS standards for the consolidated financial statement of all companies whose securities trade in a regulated markets. Whose securities traded in the regulated market, they are following the IFRS. It is already adopted. So IFRS already adopted by the United Kingdom. Under this next we're gonna see extent of IFRS application. How the extent they are maintaining. So all are some domestic companies also maintaining the public market. If it is yes. So if it is yes, IFRS standards required or permitted. For this, the explanation is the EU means Europe Accounting Regulation. IFRS standard as adopted by EU or required for the consolidated financial statement of all European companies whose debt or equity securities trade in the regulated market in United Kingdom. So this is the extent of the IFRS. Under this next, IFRS endorsement, which means which IFRS standards are required or permitted for domestic companies. We already seen that they have they have permitted or maintaining or they have permitted the IFRS in domestic companies. The securities trade also they have permitted. So in this, the permitted for domestic companies means IFRS standards as adopted by the European Union, which are IFRS standards as issued by the board with some limited modification, such as the temporary carve out from IAS 39. However, the resulting financial statement of the majority of the companies would still be in full compliance with IFRS standards. So this is the main thing. The next one is translation of IFRS. The translation is in English only. There is no local language. So they will maintain local language as English. So that is not applicable for other languages. That's a translation. And then last one is application of the IFRS for some standard. So first next we're gonna see is application of the IFRS. What the application is needed for FRS means financial reporting standards 101. It has included 101, 102, 103, 104, 105. So in this, the 101 means reduced disclosure framework. The framework which is reduced. The reduced disclosure means entities whose subsidiaries or ultimate parents have adopted the IFRS standards. Okay. For 102, it means the financial reporting standards applicable in the UK and Republic of Ireland. So for the both for Ireland and the UK, Republic means for FRS 102. 103 is insurance contracts. The same contracts which is happening in insurance. Then 104 interim financial reporting. Interim financial reporting means it is intended for use in preparing interim financial reports. For example, those entities that apply FRS 102. So next 105, the financial reporting standards applicable to the micro entities, which means the FRC is published at the FRS 100. So under this, the explaining is which standards apply to which types of entity. Then when an entity can apply the reduced disclosure framework, when an entity should follow a statement of recommended practice and transition arrangements. So these are the financial reporting in United Kingdom. The next we're gonna see is financial reporting in Netherlands. Netherlands also following the financial reporting. Okay. So under this, we're going to see the Netherlands financial reporting. We're going to see the profile of the Netherlands financial reporting. So the profile, which means it is a national professional organization. It's the main thing. ICPA, okay, Indian Certified Public Accountants, IFAC member body survey on a standard setting and regulation. So this is the profile of, so this union IAS regulation companies listed in securities market and the banks, insurance companies to prepare the consolidated financial statements in accordance of IFRS starting with the statement financial years. Okay, this require a permit IFRS for unlisted companies. So it requires parent company, permit companies whose only listed securities, and the listed consequently companies issued a document which summarizes the use of options of IAS regulation by the states, member of states. So this is the profile of Netherlands. Okay. The next one which we're going to see is characteristics. For Netherlands characteristics, it means mainly, a characteristic is mainly the EU, European Union, IAS regulation requires application of IFRS standards as adopted by the consolidated financial statement in the companies. Okay, the EU IAS regulation gives member states the option to require the permit IFRS standards as adopted by the EU in separate company financial statement. So it will maintain a separate company in the financial statement of companies whose securities do not trade on regulated securities market. So you should refer the profile which I have given IFRS in means IFRS application around the world for separate countries. I have given the notes, right? So you have to go through the notes first for your understanding. The next we're going to see is relevant jurisdictional authority. So the organization, first we have to see what organization they are following. They are following Dutch Accounting Standard Board. So they are following the Dutch Accounting Standard Boards. It is a relevant, and the role of organization is official standard setting body. It is a official standard setting body. And the next one in Netherlands, commitment to global financial reporting standards means it is made by a public commitment support. Yes, if it is yes, the jurisdiction status of adoption is the Netherlands has already adopted IFRS for all or some companies. It is adopted, IFRS adopted by the Netherlands for all or some companies. So for additional comments provided by the adoption status means they are following the regulated markets. Regulated means which are following correct regulations. So in the regulated markets they are following IFRS. The first point in this ICE index derivative BE and Euronext Amsterdam equities and index derivatives and N exchange. So these are the following regulated markets they are following in a commitment. The next thing, extent of IFRS application. In this extent, some domestic companies whose securities trade at a public market either required or permitted, they are following the financial statement. So in this financial statement, why they are following? In accordance with the EU regulation, the IFRS standards as adopted by you or required for the consolidated financial statement of all European companies, because they have agreed to follow IFRS and they are following for all or some companies. So in that they have to maintain financial statement of all European companies whose debt and equity securities trade in regulated markets in the Netherlands. So that's the extent of IFRS application. The next one is this IFRS endorsement. So how the endorsement? IFRS standards are required or permitted for domestic companies. Which standards they are following? So for the standards, it is adopted by the European Union, which we already know, EU. Which are IFRS standards? Yes, the IFRS standards as issued by the board of some limited modification. They made some limited modification such as temporary carve out. IAS 39, they have made a temporary carve out. Resulting financial statements of the majority companies would still be in a full compliance with IFRS standards. Okay. So for IFRS standards incorporated into law or regulations, yes, they are maintaining a law because the process is described in a profile of European Union. So this is the main thing in endorsement. The next one, translation. Yes, they are translating for a Dutch. Okay, I already said they are following Dutch Accounting Standards Board. So for this they are following the translation. Yes, they are translated. However, in the Netherlands, the original version is English only, generally used rather than translation. The original version they are using English, generally, which we who don't know that they will follow the translation in their languages. The languages may be listed in the report which I have given. Just go through that. And the next one is application of the IFRS for SMEs standards. So it is application of IFRS. How the applications will be. So next, has the jurisdiction adopted the IFRS for SM standard for at least some SMs? Oh, they will follow this? No, they won't follow. If no, the adoption of the IFRS standard under consideration, yes, they will follow that in the consideration. For this consideration, the IFRS for SME standards jurisdiction and they required or are permitted to do because they are following Dutch accounting standards. So it has developed two levels. The first one, small entities. Second one, medium entities. Okay. The small and large. For a small, they will maintain Book 2 of Dutch Civil Code combined with the fiscal valuation. Dutch accounting standards for small entities, and it is a medium-sized and large entities. IFRS adopted by the EU combined with a part of Dutch accounting standards. So they are following two, both. In the large entities, they will follow medium-sized large entities. It is adopted by EU combined a part of Dutch accounting. This is also combined by the Dutch accounting.